Welcome, everyone, to Salem Nights, Episode 8. I'm going to be your storyteller for the evening. My name is Josh, and I'm going to go around and have everyone introduce themselves so that we can get some idea of who they are and who their characters are. Let's start with Mike.
Hello, I'm Mike, and tonight I am playing. I think we'll go with Oliver for the evening. Uh, he is a verbena. That's pretty much all anybody knows about him.
He has a magical basement of secrets.
Uh, Out on the edge of Salem, and very few people show up, and even less leave. So, and that's Oliver.
Alright, Melody.
I'm Melody, and I play Misty Rowood. She is son of Ether.
Okay. With a habit of wanting things to explode.
Yes.
Yeah, you haven't blown anything up. You got to work on that.
It's because y'all won't let me.
You'll figure something out.
Did they kick you out of Ace Hardware yet?
No.
Darn.
Alright, and then Rowain.
Hi, I'm Rowain, and I am playing Eleanor Abernathy, who is totally not a cult leader online for cat girls. Just a bunch of like-minded individuals who happen to pay my rent for me. And I am Cult of Ecstasy.
Alright.
Catgirlusa.com.
Don't go there. We don't actually own that. We don't know what's on there.
Yeah,
We
it's 'cause I-
we probably know what's on there.
It's, it's
Yep, probably don't do that.
Yeah. Anyone with sensitive eyes, avoid that website. All right. So last we left off, um, Oliver. This time I have Owen in my notes, but Oliver is his name right now. Is searching a man's room who he just punched out. He was going over to his open laptop and going to search through his emails last I remember.
yeah. Considering what he did in last week's episode, he figured changing his name would be a good idea.
All right. So on the emails, there's just, lots of spam advertisements for dick pills and all that kind of fun stuff.
Yeah.
But some of it is from an interesting username. It's NWO for you. And it talks about basically, hey, meet up with this person here, and hey, this is your current assignment. Go to this location and talk to this counselor.
Um, you know what? Since I don't have, actually, I've probably got my phone with me, right?
Mm-hmm.
I I search all these emails from this particular user and take pictures of them with my phone.
Okay. That's fairly
Because
easy. I don't think that you need to do any computer rolls to search for an email.
cause, short of taking the guy's laptop, it's the only thing Oliver would think the only way he would think of getting these to where he could bring them to somebody who knew more about computers than he does.
Okay. So the big thing that you get from it is that this guy, um, I just lost his name. Let me search real quick. Seth Wojak, the man that you accosted, is trying to get an in with the local counselor by the name of Aaron Smith.
Okay.
And you don't know why he's trying to do that or what's going on with him beyond just that he's trying to get the ability to talk to Aaron.
Now, when you say local counselor, you mean somebody on the tradition council, correct?
Yes.
Um, and give me those two names again.
The guy
I'm
you beat up
actually
is Seth Wojak.
gonna write this down because I'm terrible with names these days.
Isn't everybody? I had to search my notes just to find the name,
I'm surprised you ever wrote it down.
right?
And
And the counselor
uh,
is Aaron Smith.
um, uh, did it by chance mention what tradition Mr. Smith might be in any of the emails?
No, that is left empty. He is classified as a reality deviant.
A deviant, you say? We might get along.
Well, everybody that the that isn't a technocracy mage is a reality deviant to them.
They don't use the word the fun way.
Nope.
Because technocracy are a bunch of stuck up, suit wearing so and so's that aren't any fun anyway.
That's fair.
All right.
So,
Good.
can I find out who's on the other end of these emails that Seth is getting?
So all you've got is that their username is NWO for you.
And they're not, because the first thing I thought of when you said that was, oh, this is going to be a bunch of, I'm going to open this and it's going to be a bunch of old wrestling pictures.
No,
No,
I was
you
thinking something else, but yeah.
you do know that one of the technocracy groups names themselves the NWO.
Oh, okay, yeah. I do vaguely recall reading that, yeah.
Yeah. They've been around, I think, since about the same time that that wrestling group got its name, so
Okay. So that definitely gives me a couple things to look into.
Yep. All right. And just as you're doing that, on the in the middle of Salem, Misty's coming home finally from the bar. Misty, as you get
Mm-hmm.
to near your door, you notice the smell of something burnt.
Hmm.
You do you approach your door?
I look around carefully and check things out.
Okay. So as you search around, you notice a shoe, half burnt, sitting in your garden.
Someone's been in my house. Or tried to get in my house, one of the two.
As you approach the door, you notice that, for one, there is no more magic sitting on it, and for two, there's about most of a leg and another shoe burnt sitting in front of your door.
Hmm. I'd like to know who's missing a leg.
So apparently your trap went off and blew someone to shreds.
Or at least blew one leg off.
Yeah, blew one of their legs off and one of their shoes off at least.
Well, that guy's gonna be easy to find.
There's various like bits of clothing and bits of skin just sort of scattered around the front of your house.
Need to get hold of Nefarious and see if they know of a lab that can determine whose DNA this is.
So do you enter your home?
No, I take the leg and go find Nefarious.
Alright, so you send him a text, I assume.
Yeah.
And he says that he can meet up with you in a couple days, but right now he's busy in another pocket dimension.
Geez, and I could really use to know whose leg this is.
Well, I mean, if you had to guess from the amount of waste material left from the explosion, there probably isn't a person remaining that would be attached to the leg if they, there's probably no one still alive who owned that leg.
Then yes, I approach my door.
Okay. You get a weird sense that there's something a little off, but otherwise the door itself doesn't seem to have any more magic sitting on it. There's definitely the resonance of death nearby if you open up your mage senses.
Wonder who tried to get into my house.
So you open up your door and notice that there's some mail slid in underneath the door. It looks like a letter addressed to you.
Okay, open it.
It's basically just one of the local counselors seems to have sent some information about how to contact them if you need help. And please vote for them in this next election.
If I need help. Does it say who it's sent by?
Yeah, in fact, it's Aaron Smith.
Okay. Interesting. I text Nefarious and tell him what I got.
He's like, well, whatever you do, don't vote for him.
Well, I know that.
You're
No, I'm
voting
gonna
for
vote
me.
for him. No, I'm gonna vote for him
Yeah.
just for the fuck of it.
Actually, Well, I'm at this guy's house at the same time, rifling through whatever's left. I'm going to text Nefaris myself
Okay.
and see what kind of information I can get on this Aaron Smith dude.
He's like, all right, I can give you some information. Aaron is a local Sons of Ether mage who has his hands in a few of the larger chemical plants nearby. He has a habit of using go-betweens like I do instead of dealing with things himself.
Mm. Above game. Well, actually, no, I'll ask Nefaris this. Are council members, how, how likely is a council member to help you if you went to ask them for help?
Depending on how their position is, probably more likely for someone who's in a less, what's the word, less stable position for their current seat. So the more unstable their seat is, the more likely they are to help you.
Because they want you to in turn help them.
Exactly.
Ah, got it. Okay. Um, Oliver is not cool with chemical plants in general, so he automatically doesn't like this guy now.
Yeah.
Um, one last thing, I'll text him. Can you give me a list of the go-betweens this guy uses?
He's like, I can get you something by the end of the day. There's quite a few sleepwalkers that he tends to work with, and 2 or 3 mages.
Okay, that's fine.
All right. And then we can jump to Eleanor. Eleanor,
Mhm.
your cats seem a little upset by the paintings.
Okay.
They just, for some reason, don't like that stack of paintings that are in your house. Every time they walk past, they puff up their backs and, hiss at it and gallop away.
Well, I'm good at listening to things that see things that other people can't. I'm gonna look into if there's any space in one of the storage units I have,
Okay.
and text Neffy to ask him how soon I can get some magical appraisal done.
He says, by end of day tomorrow, I can get you access to a magical appraiser. And at the same time, you're looking through your storage space. Is this a closet in your home, or is this like a
No, it's an
storage place that
actual
you rent?
unit.
Okay, so you
Yeah, it's
drive out to a storage space, and
yeah. I have to have, props for various things for
right.
streams. And they're just impractical to keep in, a normal like closet area.
All right.
Where would I even keep the inflatable hot tub when it was not in use?
There doesn't appear to be too much space left in your last one. You'd probably have to move some stuff out if you wanted to move these paintings in.
I can do that, or have somebody do it for me.
Okay. So you get to work on that, which will take like 15-20 minutes maybe.
Yeah, ask my assistant because she's staying with me to help me move stuff to the car.
Okay.
We'll use her car because I still need the mirror on mine fixed.
That's true.
Which reminds me, I'll have to put an order in with one of those like glass fixing people to come out and look at it and tell me how to fix it.
I mean, considering that it's basically rotted off your car, it'll probably be buy a new one.
Well, yes, but they have to come like see the model and like measure and
Yeah,
see how much of it needs replaced. Like if they can, I know what I'm talking about.
I get what you're saying. Yeah, that's definitely something that you can set up to have done within the next day or two.
Yeah.
So you transport the paintings out of your house,
Mm-hmm.
and at the same time as you're doing that, um, Misty, do you have any questions related to your missing man, basically? Or
Of
are you
course.
just
It's like, who the heck is this person?
right? So you're just waiting for
Enough to
Neffy
get me
to,
someone
yeah,
to do the DNA. And then I go through my mails like, who was this other mail? Is this junk mail? Keep mail?
okay. You definitely feel something weird going on around your house, but you aren't certain what it is. Actually, what what spheres do you have? You've got forces at 4, I
Yeah.
think.
I got forces at 4, and I have life at 2 and spirit at 2.
Ah, you do have spirit. Okay. So with your spirit senses, you can detect that there's definitely something going on in the Umbra nearby you, which is the spirit realm.
Yeah.
Do you want to open up your spirit sight?
Yep.
Okay, go ahead and give me that Arete plus spirit roll. See how good you get.
Okay, so my RT is 3 and spirit is 2, so I got 5. What's the difficulty?
We'll say 6 because it's just opening up your spirit sight.
1, 3. I mean, not 3, 2. Sorry. 3.
3 is more than enough to get your spirit eye open. And as you look around, you can see that there are literally dozens of spirits that look like Men in Plague Doctor masks, just sort of hovering around the place where this man died.
Okay.
As you look at them, they look at you. What do you do?
It's like, what do you want?
Alright, let's see what they do for that. Go ahead and actually roll me Charisma plus Spirit to see if you can talk to them in a way that they understand.
What difficulty?
Difficulty 7.
One, two, three. Got 3.
Okay. So you're able to get them to parse that you're asking what they want. So they slowly reach towards you, and you can feel a cold air around their hands. Do you let them touch you?
No, move back.
Okay. They're going to
They just
continue.
want to cuddle.
Yeah.
Don't I want cuddle? Uh-huh.
They're going to
I'm sure.
continue drifting towards you as you back away from them.
You asked them what they wanted, they're trying to tell you.
I didn't say I want them touching me. Okay, I stand still.
Do you?
They can't really talk.
All right. You stand still. This is called Rack. It is an interesting ability that some spirits have. You take 3 points of bludgeoning damage as the energy of your soul leaves your body somewhat. It hurts quite a bit. It basically
Ouch.
feels like someone just shoved an ice knife directly between your eyes. The one that
Okay, so
touched you first seems to perk up and have a bit more pep to its step as it slowly drifts towards you a little bit more quickly. You stumble back out of instinct, though, so you aren't just being cuddled by the big pile of them.
I run for the door.
You'll have to slip around them. Go ahead and give me a dexterity plus athletics roll. The difficulty of 6.
One, two, 3. 3 again.
Okay, you just barely slip around the one that's been innervated by the power it drained from you, and you slip out your door. You can tell that they're slowly drifting towards you. Though when they enter the sunlight, they definitely seem to move a lot slower. What do you do?
I hail a cab and tell him to take me to Eleanor's place.
Alright, so you can call a cab. They say they'll be there in about 15 minutes.
15 minutes.
So you've
Right.
got about 15 minutes to evade these things while they just sort of slowly drift towards you and you run around a bit away from them, and then they continue drifting towards you and you run away a little bit more. You know, seems like a fun day.
Yep.
All right. Owen.
Oliver.
Oliver, right.
Either one, but yeah. Do I while rifling through the rest of this guy's stuff before he wakes up, do I find anything else, or
You find a
is it
gun,
just I
which
pocket that so he can't use it when he wakes up?
and in addition to the gun, you find basically what looked like a set of holographic dog tags. Like dog tags with a holographic what's it called? Like sheen to them.
Okay. Are they the guys' dog tags, or are they somebody else's?
They are Seth's dog tags.
Well, then I won't bother though.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So do you do anything
But
else with your time before he wakes up?
I take the gun and leave.
Okay.
At least he can't shoot anybody now.
Yeah. Do you take the spare ammo he had for it, or is it just the gun that
Yeah,
you're getting at? Okay.
I'll take the ammo too.
Okay. He had another couple of magazines
Yeah.
stashed with his underwear.
And I decide that now that I have a gun and ammo, I'm going to work on learning how to use it.
Okay. You can head down to, you're in Boston right now, so you can head down to the local, one of the many local gun ranges and play around with your new toy.
Yeah, but that's for another time.
Yeah. In the meantime, where do you head? Do you just leave and go around town to find food, or do you?
Well, after all that work of knocking somebody out, ransacking his place, it did build up an appetite. Uh, would I could I find at least a decent to good Chinese restaurant in the area since I'm in Boston?
Let's see. You search on your phone and find. It's an okay nearby Chinese restaurant. It's not the best, it's not the worst. But yeah, you find a nice Chinese restaurant that you can.
Just as long as I'm not gonna get food poisoning or something.
Well, that even in the best Chinese restaurants, that always seems like a
Yeah,
random bit of luck.
if you eat in enough places, you're gonna get food poisoning at some point.
Yeah,
But yeah,
it doesn't
so
seem
I
likely.
so I go there. What time of the day is it?
Um, so all this is happening at about like 3 in the afternoon.
So I'm in between the lunch rush and the dinner rush.
Yeah.
So I go there for food.
Okay. So, Misty, do you tell Eleanor that you're going to be showing up at her place?
Yes.
Okay. Eleanor, you get a text from Misty saying that she's got some issues with some spirits and she needs to crash at your place for a little bit to avoid them.
I'll say okay, and I'll let my assistant know not to mace the next person that comes in. She's on 24-hour mace patrol right now.
Gee.
All right. So you manage to get in the taxi and get there, Misty. You're at Eleanor's apartment. And with your spirit eyes still open, you can tell that there's definitely a haunting going on at this apartment building.
Ooh, Eleanor, this place is haunted as well.
Yeah, that would probably explain some things. Although it is Salem, I would be surprised if things weren't haunted.
Fair enough.
The entire
Yeah, just don't ask them what they want. I learned that.
Yeah, that's probably a smart thing. Well, I don't have any spirit sight, so they ain't gonna bother me. If I don't see them, they don't exist.
Well, that's not necessarily true. They might do something, but
Well, yeah, maybe, but on one
Probably,
hand, that might actually be beneficial for my show.
it's probably what your cats are noticing.
Quite
Probably.
possibly.
Pretty much, I want my cat back.
That's why I got rid of those paintings. You get rid of a cursed item, right?
Now, they might be cursed, it might be magical. We don't know what they are.
Might be both.
Or it could be both.
Yeah, I'm betting on both, but the whole cursed thing, not really into that idea.
Your assistant's contemplating asking you for a big raise because of this.
Oh, I already pay her well. She knows I'm good for it.
She's like, cursed objects, magical paintings, large amounts of alcohol. This is not good.
No, everything's fine. She hasn't died yet, and she's worked for me for over a year.
Only a year, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Who was working for you before that? And what happened to them?
No, I didn't stream before a year ago.
So you built up your following relatively quickly.
It's easy when you're a cat girl on the internet.
All right. So, Misty, you notice that the haunting begins to coalesce around your friend Eleanor's cat's what's the word for it? Litter box area.
Okay, they like your cat's litter box.
It's that or my cats are pooping ghosts now. I don't know which of those I prefer.
They're like hanging out around your cat's litter box.
Eleanor, you see the dust in the air seems to make a face in front of you. It seems to be shouting the words "help me" over and over again, though you can't hear anything. It could be saying applesauce for all you know, but you are pretty sure it's "help me" that's mouthing.
Uh-huh. I'm gonna text or look over to my assistant. Is my assistant here?
No, your assistant's busy unloading the paintings.
And I'm gonna text her and ask her if she knows the number to a good priest.
She's like, no, but I can find one for you.
Okay, tell him to bring a lot of holy water.
We need to do an exorcist.
Holy water in some tidy scoops so that we can just
Scoop.
toss the whole litter box, because apparently that's a problem. Who knew that was a danger to not scooping your litter box enough?
They should put that warning on the side of the bag.
Yeah. All right. And with that bit, I think we'll pause the recording and take our break. And when we come back, we can find out exactly what this ghost wants with your litter box.
Wait. I'm a cat girl streamer. You can't just say my litter box. It is my cat's litter box. That is an important distinction. Some people are into the other thing. I'm not that kind of streamer.
Terrible. All right. See you all in a minute. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. We just took our break, which should have taken no time at all for you guys, but you know, it's nice for us to have. So last we were dealing with things. Eleanor and Misty were confronting a ghost or spirit of some kind in Eleanor's apartment that was making a face that was mouthing, "Help me, help me, help me," or "Applesauce, applesauce, applesauce," or something like that.
No, because applesauce has an extra syllable that help me doesn't have.
That's fair.
And upon finishing my broccoli beef at the Chinese place, um, I do go to one of the local indoor uh, gun ranges and play with my new toy.
Okay.
What caliber pistol is this?
It's a 9mm, just a standard, generic pistol.
Okay.
Glock something or other.
Yeah.
More than enough to put a big hole in someone.
Yeah.
So, Eleanor. Oh, go ahead.
I use up enough ammo to get used to the gun, and then I buy more ammo before I leave.
Okay. Eleanor and Misty, what do you want to do about this ghost? You said you were going to call an exorcist?
Yep. In the meantime, well, until we wait for it to get there, I mean, I don't have any spirit, so
That's
I
true.
can't really figure out what it wants.
Misty, you do have spirit. Do you want to try to figure out what it wants?
Sure.
All right. So you ask the spirit what it wants with your spirit sight, I guess.
Yep.
Go ahead and give me that charisma plus spirit roll.
Oh wait, what? 6 or
DC
7?
or difficulty, let's say 7. It's a little
Okay.
more difficult than average.
1, 2, 3.
Okay. So with 3 successes, you're able to ask it what it wants, and it says, "Set me free."
It says set me free.
Yep,
Why not
well,
just-
that's what the exorcist will be for.
Yep.
All right, so let's see if your assistant can call in an exorcist in any reasonable amount of time. So the nearest exorcist is a priest of the Catholic Church, and he's currently off in Boston doing something or other that is basically not directly. You're assuming it's an exorcism, but it's not something that his church wants to say he's doing.
Boy, that can be a lot of things.
That's true.
So, okay. Well, that's not helpful. All right, could I search up my my cult members? I mean, my streaming audience to see if anybody has any exorcism experience.
Okay, go ahead and roll charisma plus cult.
Now now there's a message I'd always want to see while I'm watching a stream.
Yeah.
What's the difficulty?
Let's say 7.
6 successes.
Jeez.
I have 4 in charisma and 5 in cult.
Nice.
My God.
I know some people, okay?
So yeah, there's a mage exorcist who's just recently taken up to watching your stream that immediately responds with, "What do you need, mistress?"
Don't call me that. Do not call me that. We are not that kind of place.
Mistress of cats?
No. No. I'm going to have a spray bottle when I see him and spray him with it saying no, bad.
Bad kitty, bad kitty.
You might want to do that after he does whatever he needs to do.
I have Colt 5. He's in this deep. I'm gonna need you to come over and take care of a little ghost problem I have.
And you might, oh, by the way, can I borrow him too to get rid of the ghost in my place?
Yeah, probably.
Although mine might be a little bit more challenge.
I'll give you some free stream emotes for doing it.
Happy faces.
Kitty faces.
All right, I'll private message him the address and tell him to get over quick.
Okay. He says it'll be about 6 hours. I've got to fly over there from New York.
No, that's annoying.
6 hours from New York? That's not 6 hours from New York.
Well, he's got to get a flight and such together. It's not exactly the easiest thing to do to get a flight together in, a few hours.
Excuses.
Yeah.
Cult members these days, they don't just have these flights pre-booked just in case.
There's not a train from New York to Boston.
Actually, let's see.
I'm pretty sure there is.
You would think there was.
Looks like there is. It takes about 7 hours.
So
Can we just get an Uber to drive it?
Oh God, that'd take a day, probably.
Yeah.
Well, no, they should be able to drive it just as fast as a train. Well, maybe not.
No.
No.
The train goes at like 200 or 150 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Not to mention traffic.
Yeah.
But they would be able to leave right now and instead wait.
Plus, you'd have to pay for the Uber.
And that'd be expensive, Uber.
That's true.
Let's see. Driving, it's only 3 hours. So I guess I was wrong. So he's like, I'll be there in 3 hours, ma'am.
That's more like it.
So it's 3 hours with traffic and
Yeah.
7 hours on the train. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, the train has to stop at different places. I'm imagining same. I mean,
Well, yeah, that's true. Sort of like a bus.
It's actually only an
Yeah.
hour by flight, and there are 58 of those a day. So never mind. He's like, I'll be there in an hour.
well, it depends on how fast you can get the airline ticket.
Now you can just show up these days for those
Yeah.
kind of flights. No one's flying anymore. But what year are we in? Is this
Present day.
post-pandemic? Okay.
It's gonna cost him more, but he can walk up to the ticket counter at the airport and buy it.
Yep.
Yeah. It'll be like $200, which he doesn't care about in the slightest. He's a mage.
If he waits
the
till the
cult
last
does.
second, he can get it even cheaper because they'll just give you
Yeah.
if they don't have a flight filled.
Let's see if his manipulation plus etiquette is good enough to get him on the plane really fast.
For free.
Surprisingly, yes.
It'll at least be very cheap.
Yeah. So he'll be there in about an hour.
All right. In the meantime, I'm gonna change this cat litter.
You notice that in the dust of the cat litter, the entity seems to materialize more robustly.
Yeah, I don't like there being a cat poop ghost in my apartment. I don't know. Something about that is pretty unappealing.
Just a little.
While that's going on,
Mhm.
as I walk out of the gun range, I stop on the sidewalk, pull out my phone, and text either one of them and go, what's going on with you guys?
I'll text back, oh, cat poop ghosts.
Would you?
He just texts back some question mark emojis.
I text back, I have a little spirit experience. Would you like some help?
If you can beat a guy with a lot of experience coming back in an hour,
How long did it take to drive from Boston to Salem? Or Uber or whatever? Because I know it'd be quicker than the bus, probably.
Oh yeah. It's like 30 minutes. And that's something that the guy will have to do too. Because,
Salem doesn't have an airport.
Salem doesn't have an airport, it looks like. It might have an airport, but it doesn't look like it has a connecting flight there. Or maybe it's like once per day or something. Because it's only a 30-minute drive. So a lot of the time they aren't gonna have that kind of little hop flight.
So I grab an Uber, pay the guy. I've got resources 3,
Oh yeah, you're
so
fine.
I'm not worried about paying for an Uber. um, I head back to Salem.
Yeah, it's like a 15-mile drive. You're fine.
Yeah.
All right. So you arrive at Eleanor's door about half an hour later. or 15 miles, 15 minutes, we'll say.
Yeah, that's 60 miles an hour.
Yeah.
He's doing that easy between Boston and Salem.
Yeah.
So,
So yeah, 15 minutes later you get to their door, or to her door, and you're like perfectly happy to notice with your spirit senses that there's definitely some ghost activity in the area.
okay. Um, I asked the ghost. I'm assuming you guys have told me what this ghost has said, or
He just says, help him release me.
um, I asked him how he got trapped in the cat litter.
He says, I manifest. I am trapped by the by the paintings.
Oh, even though they're not even in the apartment anymore.
I haunt her now.
Oh, okay.
He says, pointing to one of the cats.
Ooh, no wonder the cats weren't happy. I asked him one final thing. How do, how do we get, how do we set you free?
Um,
Or does it even know?
yeah, it doesn't seem to answer you. It just sort of floats there in the dust.
Okay. Well, when I'm done saying that, when I'm done talking to Mr. Cat Litter Ghost, uh, I tell them what it told me.
Well, I could hear it, so.
That it started out as haunting a painting and now it haunts whichever cat that was.
Great. Haunted cats. You know,
Just, just what a cat streamer wants.
Yeah.
yeah,
Actually, if you work it right, it'll raise your subscription level.
it's true.
You could do a whole thing on haunted cats.
Could do a very cute level of exorcism.
Yeah. Do you guys tell me that you called in an exorcist for this?
Yes.
Because I'm not sure they can exercise an animal.
Well, I did tell him that it was potentially had to do with the cats, and he seemed okay with it.
Okay.
So I guess we're just gonna hope.
And this is a minor issue compared to one I have at my house.
Yeah.
Yeah, how did you get body parts strewn around your house?
It's called someone tried to enter my house.
I'm going with the theory it was the mailman.
He knocked on the door and it exploded him.
Like, don't you know spirits tend to spirits who die in traumatic deaths tend to hang around where they died?
Oh, this was not him. This was others in mask. And
Okay. That means something is attracting spirits to your house. That's not a good thing.
Possibly the dead mailman.
I don't know. He didn't look like the clothes didn't look like a mailman's clothes.
Or his upset wife, who's now a widow, who's now a mage widow that you didn't know about.
Oh, I'm sure that will be fine, right?
Sure. We'll just
How,
send Nefaris after him.
how many did you say were hanging
I
out of
don't know.
your
I
place?
didn't count. It was more than 2.
Oh, jeez.
I'm sure it's fine.
One exorcism at a time.
I mean, really, what could go wrong there?
I've got an idea, but we won't go there. Go back to your house and it's not there anymore.
Well, yeah, that is a danger.
Yeah.
So, are you all gonna try to do anything about this ghost while you're here, or are you just gonna wait on the exorcist?
Well, I mean, do you know how to exercise a cat?
Never done that before.
You can check with
Ever
occult
exercise
and intelligence if you've got them.
But I'll lay odds that the Catholic priest you called never did that either.
Well, this is not a Catholic priest.
Well,
I don't know. I
that
didn't
is.
ask him his religion.
Oh yeah, but it's not the Catholic priest from here.
That's true.
You said occult and intelligence?
Yes.
Count up how many? I've got. Because I've got both of those. Question is how much?
And we'll call it a difficulty of 6.
Okay. No, it's 2. And a gold 2. So, I will give it a try. She doesn't know this, but just for ambiance and stage presence, do you have any wear your candles and incense?
Oh, yeah, I got plenty of those. I will go to my little side closet and basically a giant box full of ritual supplies will almost tumble down. Like,
Well,
I got tons of stuff. Take what you need.
I need every black candle you have and banishing incense if you happen to have any.
Yeah, I'm sure I do. I'm sure I purchased it at some point.
Uh,
You do. You
well,
managed to find some in the back.
I mean, I have my own credit line at the local metaphysical store, so.
One of the many.
oh, really? I
Yep.
have not gotten around to doing that yet.
Well, when you need lots of witchy props, they become your friends pretty quickly.
That's true. They must love to see you coming around Halloween.
Oh, yeah. In fact, before we went to Doystep, I put an order in. That should come in any day now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
I ordered new supplies.
uh, so 3 successes actually.
Oh wow. Yeah, you're able to figure out loosely how you would go about exercising the entity from this cat, depending on it. It's a complex ritual that you would know fairly easily,
Yeah,
but like, but setting it up for a cat is a little bit different.
yeah,
One of the biggest parts about it is going to be keeping the cat in the circle. So you might want to
true.
have someone with mind magic put it to sleep while it's in there.
I immediately shake my head, go to the new stuff that just got bought for the cat, and get a laser pointer out.
That'll definitely keep it busy.
I'll ask, do you want this or do you want a box?
Yeah, you could just put the cat in the box.
How about both?
Okay. I'll put a box in the middle of the circle and I'll keep it entertained with a laser pointer.
That'll work. And so you light the black candles, and I light the black candles and the banishing incense. And what do I have to roll to actually do the ritual itself?
Um, we'll start with Erte plus Spirit to basically pierce the Spirit Veil
Okay.
at a difficulty of 6.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, and 4. You said 6.
Yes.
Uh, do 10s explode?
I think we were going to say that yes, they do now.
Uh, no, what roll there? Oh, and before I tell you how many I got, I'll burn a willpower.
Okay.
So, 3 successes total.
Okay. That's more than enough to open the Spirit Veil and perceive the spirit as it stands there over the cat. And then, hmm. It's definitely an occult roll, but I don't know whether or not. It really depends on your tradition, whether or not it would be intelligence or charisma. Are you more of the talking to spirits type, or are you the kind of commanding spirits type?
I tend to be the talking to type.
Okay, so either charisma or manipulation, whichever's higher, plus occult.
Hmm, what- charisma and manipulation are the same.
Okay, so whichever of those you would prefer to use to try and cajole this spirit away from this cat.
So, I'm going to go with charisma and You said charisma and what?
Occult. And the
Cool.
difficulty will be another 6. Actually, you got 3 successes, so the difficulty will be 5.
Cool. Uh, only 2 this time.
That's still enough to push the spirit out of the cat's aura and force it to basically just sort of become a nebulous entity floating around in the ether around your apartment right now. So you've
And I bet
exorcised the spirit, but you haven't really gotten rid of it yet.
as I'm doing this, I'm trying to convince it that once it gets out of the cat, that it really needs to go back home.
Um,
So, since the veil is open, I'm like, you could easily just go back home now.
I'm trapped. The paintings. He trapped me.
Who?
I think his name
The
was Alan Porter, but I'm not 100% certain. The guy who made the paintings, the
the
painter.
guy who. So how do we get you out of that?
It sort of shrugs, and you get a sense that it has no idea really how it was trapped in the first place.
Okay. Gonna have to look into that. Um, can you go back into the paintings instead of into the cat?
It sighs and begins slowly floating away towards the direction of the paintings.
And I tell it as it goes that I will find whatever way I need to set it free.
You can tell that it definitely is thanking you, although it's still dejected to have to go back to the paintings.
Right.
Well, that solved that problem.
And
Well, partially, but yeah.
and I close the circle and I'll let the incense and the candles go because there's no reason not to. Because they'll both clear out any negative energy in the apartment as long as they're going. So I'll just let them go. Um, and I tell them what the spirit told me, that the guy that painted the paintings was the one that trapped the spirit in them. And then I realized something. I should have gotten the spirit's name so I could do some research on it. And I forgot to ask it what its name was.
Well, you could always go to the paintings and ask its name once it gets there.
True. True. Eleanor, I asked Eleanor, when I have time and I'm not doing the professor's work, do you mind if I go to your storage unit and work on getting this spirit out of here?
Sure, that's fine. I'll give him the passcode for the front of the unit and tell him where it is.
Okay.
It's not much in there he'll have any interest in anyway, except for the paintings.
Well, and I tell her this because Annie, if if this happened in the paintings themselves when he painted it, anybody we try to auction these off to, this spirit's going to haunt them when they take the painting. So it'd be better to get it out of there before we sell them.
That's true.
Then I tell them what I learned from the guy that I knocked out because I hadn't had a chance to do that yet.
Huh. Well, that's really interesting. Interesting that you just got a gun out of the whole thing.
So that way the guy couldn't shoot anybody. And as I say this, Misty remembers the political advertisement she got in the mail.
Yeah, I got an advertisement from this dude saying if I need help, at call on him and to vote for him.
How soon are the elections that he's wanting us to vote for?
4 weeks out.
So we have a month to take this wit out.
Unless you just decide to off him later, but that might be difficult.
We don't want him reelected.
Yeah.
And I'm sure the professor would prefer him not to be reelected.
Probably not.
And since I've decided I like the professor's money, you know.
Yeah.
Not like he needs more money than he has, but he'll take it anyway.
All right. So do you have any other activities you would like to pursue before you well, I guess do whatever. There's just really nothing.
Well, except for maybe trying to do an exorcist at my apartment, but yeah.
That's fair. Is that something you guys want to attempt to do?
Or do we want to wait from this dude from New York? It might take both of you to do it.
That's true.
Well, how long did the ritual that I did to get the spirit out of the cat take?
Let's say D10 minutes, so 5 minutes. It was really, really quick to invoke the spirit because it was right there,
Mm.
and you're a mage, so you know.
I'm just wondering how much longer we have to wait till this other dude shows up.
Yeah, like another 45-ish minutes.
Well, it took Oliver some time to get here in the first place.
Right. So it's going to take an hour to fly there and then another 15 minutes to drive. So I'm figuring 45 minutes is being a little generous, but I mean, it's
Okay.
45 minutes, so, you know.
I mean, I don't have a lot in my apartment right now. I can offer shots as we wait.
I was about to ask you if you had any nice Irish whiskey handy.
Mm-hmm. Of course I do.
Doing a banishing ritual does take a little energy out of you, so
Yeah, I'll clink through to my the room that I'm keeping the good stuff in and find a good bottle.
Oliver's like, thank you.
I don't really have shot glasses right now, so I hope you don't mind necking it.
Not a problem. Um, and he says to either of you, anytime you guys need rituals done, it's what Verbena sort of specialized in, so just shoot
That's
me a
fair.
just shoot me a text.
Yeah, Cult of Ecstasy sort of specializes in a different kind of ritual.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do that kind of ritual with a ghost.
Probably wouldn't want to.
Be a bit chilly.
So I'm just sitting on a cleared spot on her sofa with a whiskey bottle waiting for this dude to show up.
Okay. Would you all
Yeah,
say
I'll
that you're sort of just waiting on him?
yeah, I was gonna say I'll dig through and try to find another like ubiquitously liked bottle of whiskey as partial payment for this guy too. Or vodka. Everybody can use some vodka, right?
It's
Yep,
true.
definitely.
Even if you don't like vodka, you can mix it with anything and then you don't taste the vodka. If it's any
True.
good.
That's true.
Alright. So you wait out the remaining like 45 minutes, and there's a knock on your door.
Alright, I'll look through the peephole. Does it look like the guy I'm waiting on?
Well, you never really got a glance at what he should look like, but he's a man about 6.5 feet tall in a trench coat and fedora.
Yeah, that sounds like somebody who would frequent my chat. I'll let him in, but I'll have my assistant and her mace nearby.
Eric stands up, walks over to Eleanor and whispers in her ear, you really gotta get a higher class of quiet.
But they give me so much money.
You got a higher class of quiet, they give you more money.
Maybe. I'll greet him and make sure that it's the right guy.
Yeah, so he introduces himself as Mr. Whiskers.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, "Yeah, so I just caught on to your stream not that long ago, like yesterday. But man, you're just fantastic, you know?"
Right. That's nice. That's good for you. Um, so ghosts get rid of. Talk to this guy here. He also knows how to get rid of ghosts. Here's a
Well,
bottle of alcohol.
Oh wow, thanks.
actually, we need to have Misty describe what the hell is going on. Since
Well, let's just say when I got home, my door didn't have the magic on it. There was a leg and some pieces of clothing and I don't know, skin laying all over and shoes all over. And I opened the door and there's the other half of the body and I could feel sense things. So I used my spirit eye and I saw, I don't know, at least 3 ghosts surrounding this body they were wearing masks. Or it looked like they were wearing masks.
Oliver says, remind me to text you before I come over.
It's
Wouldn't
only
want,
while I was gone.
wouldn't want to be an Amazon delivery person.
Yeah,
Sets the
It's only
box,
when I'm gone. It's not when I'm there.
sets the box by the door, and everything explodes. Mm, sounds like another banishing ritual, like I just did.
Oh, don't ask them what they want because they'll try to touch you, and if they touch you, it'll hurt you.
So, what does this guy think?
he's like, "Well, those don't sound like ghosts, but just like spirits in general.
Those
So,
spirits, what the hell? They're all the same.
no. Spirits are their own whole category of creature. They're just from the other side of the Umbra."
So, we need to send them back.
That would be the easiest way, either that or just destroying them, depending on, well, how hard it is to send them back. Some of these things just go back with no real effort. Some of them make a bit of a hard time of it.
Well, then let's you and me see how many we can send back. And as a last resort, if that doesn't work, we'll work on destroying them.
Just don't
Sounds
let
good.
them touch you.
Who am I working with here?
My name is Oliver.
Oliver. I'm Mr. Whiskers.
Hello. Is that your parentally given name or your screen name?
Something between my screen name and my mage name. My parentally given name, I'm of course going to withhold. You know how it
So,
is.
of course. What type of mage are you?
Um, oh gosh, I actually had this written down. Let me search. Do. Oh no. Where is it? I'm one of the hollow ones. We're a disparate group that's a little bit separate from most of the, you know, Ascension warriors.
I know of your. And he says this not being condescending, he's just saying, I know of your kind, of your group. I am Verbena.
Well, it's a pleasure to
Yeah.
meet you, Oliver. As long as you don't try to convert me, we can
Yeah.
be happy together.
I do not convert people.
Well, except into corpses. But he doesn't know
Well,
that.
yeah, yeah. Let's just say they do what I want or they stop doing anything. Um, but he seems fine to me. So I guess we head over to Misty's place.
Yeah. So you
Is
show up
Ella,
near the door and you see.
is
Oh, go ahead.
are we all going or is Eleanor staying there? Or
Um,
do you
I
want
mean,
to
I don't
watch?
know if I would be any help.
I'm just. Do you want to watch this or do you?
Yeah, they can extend Spirit Sight over you, and then you could affect them fairly easily with your mind powers.
Yeah, sure. That sounds fun. I'll bring a
Um,
bottle of alcohol for myself.
yeah. Oh, by the way, Oliver takes his Irish whiskey with him.
That's what I expected.
He's not letting that go. He's taking it with him. So, Misty, did you clean the place up at all, or is there
No, I
still,
didn't. No, I didn't. I just got the hell out of there.
so there's still body parts laying around and such?
Well, not on the outside. I did clean the outside up.
Well, no, that would have taken quite a bit more effort than you put in. There's a lot of
Oh.
spray, we'll call it, outside of the house.
I cleaned up the big stuff, but
Yeah, you moved the foot inside, or the leg inside, but there's like chunks that you didn't really have time to get rid of.
You really got to learn how to pinpoint your blast a little bit.
All right. So you all, as you get there, I assume that someone extends their spirit side over Eleanor. Or,
Yeah, I
in fact,
will.
Mr. Whiskers will do that because he's got the highest spirit, so it's fairly easy for him to do.
Okay.
Okay. And he is your follower, as it were.
Yeah.
That's true.
So, basically, Mr. Whiskers pulls out a, what looks like a broken, doll with, like, one eye missing. And, says, all right, we can get this party started. And, approaches the group of spirits.
Is there a open space on Misty's floor?
Yeah, but to get in, you'll have to get through the door, which is crowded by spirits right now.
Uh,
And I remind them, do not let them touch you.
There appear to be 6 or 7 of the things just sort of not standing, but floating, but halfway standing there.
okay.
They're in an upright position, but their feet don't touch the ground.
I pull out from my satchel. I pull out a clump of dried sage and light it.
Immediately, the spirits turn towards you and make one hell of a hissing noise.
At which point, I hold it in front of me and walk forward.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an Arete plus spirit roll. Difficulty of 7. Or no, difficulty of 6 because you have a specialized tool here. Mr. Whiskers is going to begin chanting in some sort of language that nobody of here has ever really heard before. I'm assuming. Does anybody have like languages as one of their skills?
No, I don't. Mm,
Or what's the
oh,
word for it?
well,
Esoterica, I should say.
Huh?
Esoterica.
I might have esoterica. Yes.
6 successes.
What would it be
Damn.
called?
Esoterica, it's under knowledges.
No, I don't.
Okay. So
It's right above investigation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I found it.
so go ahead and give me intelligence plus esoterica if you want to try and determine what he's chanting in.
Okay. What's the difficulty?
6.
-2.
Okay, so you do not have
No,
any idea what the hell he
Mhm.
was chanting in.
Yep.
In fact, you're pretty sure that it's like Spanish.
Mm-hmm. Some kind of Spanish.
Yeah. Must be some kind of foreigner.
Actually, if it's esoteric and intelligence, I
Mhm.
have 2 in intelligence, so I'll go ahead and see.
Okay.
Difficulty what?
6.
Oh, heck, I should do it then because I got 3 in intelligence.
Or I'm sorry,
I
7
got
if you don't have esoterica, because you have to have
Okay.
the.
I got 1 success out of that.
All right. And Misty, difficulty 7 for your intelligence roll.
I got 2.
Okay. So he's chanting in Akkadian, ancient Babylonian, basically.
And it's still
Yeah, you have no idea what the hell he's saying, but you can tell that it's ancient words.
okay. That works for me. I got 6 successes pushing these things back so I can get inside.
All right. At the same time, good old Whiskers gets another 3 successes to help you do the same thing. So both of you together are more than capable of pushing through this group. I mean, 6 successes by itself was, but I was just seeing if there was another exceptional success. So that exceptional success does banish one of these things just right
Oh,
off the
does
bat.
it? So the sage actually worked.
Yes.
Um,
You can see its plague doctor mask seems to go up in smoke, and then its horrifying little face appears, and it collapses into its own face and disappears.
hmm. So my theory, I turned to Mr. Whiskers upon seeing that, and you know, my theory is to draw a banishing circle on her floor and then drive them into it.
Seems like as good of an idea as any. These things are a bit creepier than anything I've seen recently.
So I asked Missy, do you have any chalk handy?
Yes. And goes and gets it.
Okay. I take a white piece of chalk and draw a pentagram with a circle around it in the middle of her floor.
Okay.
And then I go around the pentagram, over the pentagram, and around the circle with the sage and steal it. And
At the same time, Mr. Whiskers is keeping the plague doctors off of you.
thank you. And I'm like, banishing incense, Misty.
Yes. He goes and gets that for you.
I light that, set it in the incense holder nearby. I turn to Mr. Whiskers and say, now all we need to do is push him into the circle.
He says, "All right." Rolls up his sleeves, underneath which you can see is basically just another set of dark black sleeves, because
Yeah.
he's just wearing a long sleeve black shirt under a long sleeve
Not
black
sure.
trench coat.
Now, I do appreciate the fact that the trench coat's black instead of the standard tan color that most people would use.
Yeah. All
I
right.
turn, and as he's doing that, I turn to him and say, very nice trench coat.
He says, "Thank you. My grandma got it for me."
Okay.
All right. Let's see his Arete plus Spirit to try and banish these things towards your banishing circle.
Is this guy like 20 or what?
No, he's like in his mid-30s. Oof.
Nice present from grandma, I guess.
Yeah. So he got 2 successes and 2 ones, so he did nothing.
Great.
So I moved to beside him and tried to do it myself.
All right. Go ahead and give me that Spirit plus Arete with your difficulty of 6, because you're wielding that Sage.
Arete and what intelligence?
Spirit.
Spirit.
And Misty can also do this.
Yeah. It is your house.
Mhm.
You can assist me in doing this.
And if Eleanor wants to try and mentally coerce them into the trap, she can do the same thing with Mind and Arete at a difficulty
Okay.
of 7. They do have a strong enough mind to be pushed by
3.
you. 3?
3 successes.
Okay.
2 successes.
All right.
You said that was 6.
Yeah.
Yep.
I got 2 also.
Okay.
So that's 7 total.
That's more than enough to get these things to float into the banishing circle and basically poof away in puffs of smoke. And you can definitely smell what appears to be like potpourri as they disappear.
Yeah, okay.
Hooray. Okay.
Now, part of me, we didn't have time, but part of me wondered what the hell they were doing there.
It's a good question.
I tried asking them what they wanted, and they touched me, and I got hurt. So it's like I thought that was pretty bad idea.
Yeah, you still have bruises on your chest from where it
Yeah.
touched you.
Yeah, but just because somebody gets blown into pieces usually doesn't
Summon.
spawn
Yeah.
like doctor spirits to show up.
Yeah, that's a little strange.
Would Mr. Whiskers know anything about
So
like doctor spirits and such?
Mr. Whiskers will rack his brain and... Huh. 10 again. And an 8. Okay. So Mr. Whiskers racks his brain and says, well, they might be related to whoever sent that that letter that she's got over there that's glowing with magic.
Glowing magic letter. You didn't mention that.
I didn't see that one, huh?
Yeah, you have your letter. It just happens to definitely be enchanted in some way.
Does anybody care to open this?
Oh, you've already opened it. It's the one that was
Where's the
sent
one
to you
from?
by Aaron Smith.
So he tells me he would help me, but yet tries to hurt me.
Wonder if he's trying to do the thing where he makes a situation so you run to him for help.
I look at this thing more closely. Is it anything more than a politician's, flyer type thing?
Well, I mean, it is glowing with spirit magic, so as you examine it, go ahead and give me your intelligence plus investigation.
Spirit and investigation. Or intelligence and investigation.
Yeah, or wits plus investigation if you want to, if that's higher.
Can I look at it too?
Yeah.
Which is higher?
What's the difficulty?
Difficulty of 6 for this one. If you have investigation. If you don't have it trained, then it's difficulty of 7.
4 successes.
My intelligence and wits are both the same.
Thanks to exploding 10s, 4 successes.
Okay. So
2,
yeah.
3, 4, 5 successes.
Alright, so with an exceptional success, not only can you determine that this letter is intended to draw spirits, but you can tell that it is intended to draw spirits based on the resonance of the area around it. So, like, say a hospital would probably draw suffering spirits. A death will draw death spirits. That sort of thing.
Which is what those were, actually.
Most likely,
Problem.
yes.
Yeah, so yeah, he tried to create a problem. So you'd need his help.
Misty, do you have a fireplace in your house?
Yes.
Walk over, toss the letter in the fireplace.
Misty, you
Now
can
I'd start a
use.
fire, but first, but
Well, you can use
Yeah, well,
forces to light a fire really easily.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just snap your fingers and it is done. I won't even
Yeah.
make you
snap my
roll for
finger and the
that.
fire started.
I toss the letter in the fireplace.
It burns green for a moment before burning a normal orange and yellow color.
Like I said before, the guy that I knocked out was having an email conversation with this guy. And Neffy told me that he uses go-betweens like Neffy does. And he's supposedly going to send me a list of who those go-betweens are.
Mr. Whiskers
My,
says, well, I came here to do some exorcisms, but I'm not here to get involved in local council politics. I've got enough of that back home.
I'm sure. Um, I appreciate your help.
Oh yeah,
Yes, we appreciate it. Thank you very much.
I was more than happy to assist. He winks at Eleanor.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't be a creep. Take your special emotes and chat, and let's see. What's my general advice? Take a shower, get a haircut, shave. Uh, see sunlight once in a while,
He
and
hisses.
realize that most women aren't cat girls.
I know that.
Hey, just you know, a lot of people in my chat need those things enumerated for them verbally.
I mean, he appears to be, like, taking vague care of his appearance. He's just a goth.
With a fedora.
Yeah, he
Poser.
doesn't know any better.
Get a better hat.
Yeah. Like, those are a bit out of style now. And especially with the trench coat, it makes him look like the bad guy in an old movie.
It makes him look like the mouth breather that stands behind women in line at the movie theater.
That was actually my first thought when I saw him. I'm like, the thing that went through my head first is, did you just walk out of an adult theater or what? But I opted not to go that way.
Yeah, you can tell that he's like doing his best with this, but he doesn't know what he's doing.
I will put a gentle hand on his shoulder and be like, look, here's what it boils down to. Do you think you could go on the internet right now and find a video of a sweaty guy wearing this outfit trying to do samurai sword poses?
He's like, Yeah.
then you probably shouldn't wear this outfit.
Okay. He takes off his hat.
Yeah, see, that's infinitely better already.
He has a like generic sort of business haircut.
You work in computers, don't you?
Yeah.
Uh, so,
Yeah.
so if he takes off the trench coat, is he just wearing like a black button-up shirt and pants or whatever?
Yeah. A black button-up shirt and slacks.
I'm like, dude, go with that. You,
Look, I'm thinking of starting a life coach business for, alternative people. Just send me a private message when you get back. I'll talk rates with you. I think you need somebody to help you navigate some things.
You guys just love Bird and Mr. Whiskers.
well,
Mr. Whiskers made it very easy.
It's true.
and Oliver's thinking, the guy's got some amount of skill. If he actually could look better and had a little bit more confidence in public, who knows what he could do?
Yeah.
You know, he was helpful, so Oliver's like, give it a shot.
He just has 1 dot of charisma. Let's put it that
No,
way. His appearance is 2 dots. He's not bad. He's just not great.
he's just like really shy and shit.
Yeah.
And Mr. Whiskers might need some help as far as a name, but yeah.
I used to have a big bushy beard, but
Oh, thank God
Okay.
you got rid of that.
That explains it, though.
all right. And with that last bit of fun towards Mr. Whiskers, I think we'll leave it off here for tonight.
So
Alright.
is Misty's house clear now?
As far as you can tell, yes.
You can have your house back. Just
Hard to
don't
tell. I think we need to go searching through the rest of the house before we make.
just don't blow up any more people. And if you get more letters from that moron, just burn them.
So if I don't know that it's from him in time, open them.
Yeah, but you can still burn them before anything happens.
All right. Well, I hope that was a fun episode for you guys.
It was.
It was.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got the mystery of the uh, paintings next time, and dealing with
Mm-hmm.
this excellent man by the name of Aaron Smith. Seeing what exactly he's doing for the rest of you guys.
And Oliver's considering inviting all of his go-betweens to my place.
Interesting.
All right.
Give Mr. Smith a little difficulty to have to deal with.
Yeah. Okay. So I hope everyone watching enjoyed that. Please go ahead and give us a like and subscribe if you did. Check out our Facebook, our Twitter, our Spotify, and our Discord. And pretty soon we'll have our Twitch going again.
And our Reddit if you like Reddit.
Yep. Check out our Reddit. We'll have that. That's already up, so I
Yeah.
think.
Think you said it. You told me it was.
Yeah.
It exists.
Yeah. So it will be there for you to talk to us on any of these platforms and probably some other ones eventually. So, yeah. I hope everyone enjoyed it and have a great night. Bye.
Good night.
Bye.